Come on in, pull up a chair and take a load off because today I'll be reviewing and sharing how to play of Furnace from Hobby World. This is going to be arriving in English in North America in 2021 by way of Arcane Wonders. So is Furnace an interesting engine building game of the Industrial Revolution that's worthy of a place in your collection? Or should you basically just take Furnace and toss it, well, into a furnace so you can watch it go up in smoke? You're going to find out right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned in the open, I'm going to be reviewing Furnace in just a moment. But first, I did want to remind you, if you end up liking this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ding that bell. Because not only will it let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream airs Monday through Thursday nights right here on YouTube as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. All right, so I'm going to be diving into Furnace, which is from Hobby World. Hobby World is a Russian game company. They release their own games. They also do distribution of games from, say, the U.S. and Europe into Russian markets as well. So, interestingly enough, Furnace, the original title for this game, translated from Russian, is actually Industry, which makes a lot more sense than Furnace. I know a lot of people out there are wondering, why is this game called Furnace? Well, yes, it is about the Industrial Revolution, but I think Industry probably sums it up a bit better. But for whatever reasons, that's not the name in English that Hobby World has decided to go with. This is going to be arriving in 2021 from Arcane Wonders in North America in English. The game is designed by Ivan Lashin, with artwork provided by Sergey Dulin, Marta Inova, see, I'm going to get all these names wrong, Ilya Konovalov, Oleg Yurkov, Vadim Polboyroy, jeez, I'm so sorry, and Igor Zarkov. Yes, I got all those pronunciations wrong, I'm sure. Furnace is for 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, plays in around 30 to 60 minutes. As I mentioned, this game is out in other areas of the world, just not necessarily out in the U.S. just yet. So let's swing on over to the other camera because I've set up a little bit of Furnace to start off with. As I mentioned, this is an engine building game. So there's an auction portion. There's a production portion to the game. So each of the players is going to get a starting company. So we've got 5 different starting companies. There are up to 4 players total. So each person's going to get a starting company, and they're also going to get a starting capitalist, which is going to give them a special ability. When you're first learning how to play the game, it is recommended that you do not use the capitalists because they actually allow for like a special rule for that particular player, that they'll have a special ability that other players don't have. And there's a bit going on in this game that you have to figure out how you're going to get cash. So starting off without the capitalist cards actually will help as far as learning how to play the game. So I'm going to flip that over just at random. So this is our starting company. So our starting company is going to allow us upgrades pretty easily. So I will get into that in just a bit. Component quality is nice. The cards have a bit of a linen finish, so that's cool. They are dual-sided, and I'll explain why in just a moment. We have these tokens here. They're just punchboard, cardboard, but that's our money. So in denominations of 1 up to 25. The object of Furnace is to finish the game with the most money. That's all that matters. Have the most money. And we are going to play through 4 rounds. We also have these tokens here for each of the players. All that basically does is correspond with what color you have. So let's say I'm going to be red. I will get what looks to be like a ledger, like maybe a notebook or something like that, or a wallet. I don't know. So that will be my token, reminding me, in case I forget, my color is going to be red. So we also have a first player marker, a pretty big size marker there. It'll go around the table. We also have a tracker for each of our rounds, just like so. So in the first round, it's going to look like that. We're going to move, just keep moving along like so. Second round, third round, fourth round. You know, I may have had this upside down before. It's supposed to be like that for your first round. So a nice little cool little tracker, a little extra there. I thought that was nice. So we've got that as well. So let's bring my starting company. What did I just do with my starting company? Did I just put it away? Oh, no. It's on the bottom of this. I was going to say, where did my starting company go? So you'll know it's a starting company because it is not 2 sides to it. It's got a backing like that, as opposed to this artwork being shown twice. So we have a deck of different factories that the players are going to bid on in the auction side of each of the rounds. So let's kind of explain what some of this stuff is. So these are upgrade tokens, and I've got more of all of this off in the bags right here. But I did want to show you, we've got the upgrade tokens. The black cubes are coal. The gray kind of slate. These are almost like little ignits, or like so. That is iron, and then these are barrels of oil. Those are our resources. Those are our commodities that we're going to be utilizing. So to begin the game, each of the players are going to get the resources that are on top of their starting company. That's the only time they're going to get this. So I would get 1 coal. I would also get 1 iron. So that's what I would start off with. Well, we'll just say that I'm the first player here. So the first part of the round is going to be the auction. So you're going to take a look at the different companies up here. And I've got this set up as if this was a 3-player game. So you'll have 3 cards. So you'll have the number of players. You'll deal out the number of players in cards plus 4. So if you have 4 players, you're going to have 8 cards. 2 players, you're going to have 6. For the 2-player game, I will mention there is a change in the rules. We actually have a non-player company that comes in to the festivities, I guess I'll say. And essentially what they do is they just occupy different cards as far as the auction goes. That's all they do. There's no production phase for the non-player characters. So what we're going to do is we're going to deal these cards out, and I'll kind of explain what we're looking at here. So up here, this is going to be what happens for the players who bid on the company but do not win it. So this is going to be a special action or resources that they get. And the number that they've got on their bidding discs is going to tell you how many times they will actually get that special effect, special action, resources, what have you. So what you do is the first player is going to go around and they're going to start off with the auction. So a value of 4 means that you're going to get that. You're going to get that factory. It's going to be added to your collection of factories. Here's the thing. So let's say, as an example, I'm going to go with, let's say I go with that. I say, okay, that's the one I want. Anybody else who's going to bid on this is going to be able to get iron. So even though this has a 4 on here, knowing that there's no way that you're actually going to be able to get that, somebody might say, hey, all right, so I'm going to bid on that as well. So that's 3. So they know they're not going to get this factory, but they're going to get 3 iron. So let's say the third player, they're like, yeah, you know what? I want some iron too. I'm going to pop that on here. Now you can see these all have different sizes so that it's easy to just visually see, oh, okay, who's winning it, who's doing what. So I'm just going to throw these around just at random. I'm not even thinking about what we're trying to do here. I just want to give you an idea of how we're putting this together. Okay, let's say we got that. And it would come back to me and I say, okay, I'm going to go with this. And then it's back over to this player to do this. Just for the heck of it. Just messing around here. So what'll happen is you cannot have the same number on a card. You cannot have the same color twice on a card. So as an example here, once this 4 went down, no one else could put a 4 on this card. Yellow can't come around and go, okay, well, I'm going to do that because I want to take advantage of this up here. They can't do that either. So what'll happen here is you're going to now finish off the auction. So for an example here, I am the first player. I'm red. So I get to choose, okay, what are we going to resolve here first? So I'll say, all right, we'll resolve this. So the black player here would get 1 iron. The yellow player would get 3 iron. I would get the factory. Once I have this factory, I no longer care about this. This does not apply anymore. I care about this. So this bottom section here is going to show you what do these factories do if you own them. So once again, we'll just kind of zip through and I'll explain what each of these look like right now. So this means for every iron, I can convert that into 4 coal. This is, I can convert 2 coal into a barrel of oil. This gives 2 coal. This allows you to spend 1 iron to get 1 upgrade token. This is also 2 coal for an oil. This gives you 1 iron, and this allows you to spend 1 iron to get the oil. So that's all what you're caring about during the auction. Once the factory is owned, that top row doesn't come into play anymore. And the way you can tell if this is a basic side or an upgraded side is the upgraded side has nothing up here. So taking a look at these cards, during the production phase is when you would actually be able to perform these actions. So what you'll see here is this is kind of like whited out. It's got no color to it. It's just a line drawing. That means that's showing what does this do when you've updated this, when you've upgraded, I should say, your factories, not updated, upgraded. So as an example here, you can use this to make 1 iron turn into 4 coal, just like up here. But then, and you can only do it once, if you upgraded this, it'll allow you to take an upgrade token to get 5 coins. Remember, because the name of the game is money. At the end of the game, it's whoever's got the most money. So you're looking at factories that are going to give you cash at some point, either early on when you get them or if you upgrade them. This game can be kind of tricky. It's going to take a few times to play through this before these actions start to make sense to you. So give you an example down here. So we've got 2 coal gets you 2 coin. You could do it twice. And then it's going to upgrade to give you 2 iron. This is 2 iron gets you 2 coins. And you can do that twice. So the upgraded would be 3 coal. This gives you 1 iron, gives you an upgrade token. And then 3 coal would give you 4 coin. This is 2 coal, gets you 2 coins. You could do that twice. Over here, once again, it says times 3, right? Means you could do it 3 times. There's also an infinity, right? There's an infinity marker right here on my starting company, which means that I can spend an upgrade token and a coal as many times as I want to upgrade my factories. All right, just kind of finishing this up. This would be give you 1 iron, but you'll end up getting 2 oil. You could spend 2 oil twice to get 4 coins each time. This would provide you with oil. This would give you the ability to spend 1 iron for 2 coins, and you can do it 4 times. Once you get the auction, people are going to add factories into their collection. So I had gotten this one. Let's just, as an example, take 2. Actually, no. Let's say I end up with these, because I'm going to show you how production works. So let's say I'm at the end. I'm like, this is my 4th round, right? So this is the 4th round of the game. We're getting ready to end the game. What'll happen is every time you have an auction, you're just gonna deal out cards again. So I would deal out 7 factories, lay them all out, and we would go through the auction period again. We're going to do that 4 times. We also have the production side of each round. And that's when you're going to be utilizing the bottom of these cards. So as an example here, and if you're just playing the standard game, you can do it in whatever order you want. There is kind of an advanced way to play the game that you actually would have to lay out everything in a particular kind of order here. So you have like a production chain. Makes the game quite a bit tougher. So what we're looking at here is, remember, I've got my coal, I've got my iron. So I could sit there and say, okay, well, I can use this to get another iron. And what you can do is during the production, you can just maybe push that up to show that, okay, so I've already completed that. Then I can use my 1 iron here to get me an upgrade token. So right there, push that up. This would go back to the bank. The iron goes back there. So over here, I get an upgrade token. So push that up there. Then I can look here and I go, okay, so I can spend 1 iron to get 4 coal. Ka-ching. Push that up there. Spend that. And then lastly, I can spend 2 coal twice and get 2 coins each time. And I'm going to do that. So I'm going to spend that. Then I'm going to get some money. Not a lot. Ka-ching. Push that up. And that would be it. That'd be my production. So what'll happen here is you can do your upgrades. And essentially what you need to do is you need to spend upgrade tokens to be able to upgrade. So this little card, it might be a little tough to see. It's a little green card, and it's got kind of a rotation on it. That means upgrade. You have to have some way to upgrade the companies. You can't just decide, okay, I'm going to upgrade it. So you're always on the lookout for something that's going to allow you to upgrade your companies. So I lucked out. This is my starting company. Allows me to spend 1 upgrade token and a coal, and that allows me to upgrade a company. And I can do that as many times as I want. So as an example, see, that's where that infinity sign comes from. So I'd be able to do that twice and upgrade 2 companies. So what I might do is, okay, well, I'm going to upgrade this, because remember, I'm going to get an upgrade token every turn, every round, I should say, and I can then spend those and get money. Because remember, it's all about the money. And then we would continue to do this through 4 rounds. Of course, keeping in mind, early on, you're only going to have, like, say, you might have something that looks like this at the end of the first round. Then maybe at the end of the second round, maybe I've got something that looks like that. Maybe I've lucked out and I was able to get, oops, let's flip these back to the correct sides. And I was able to get a couple of companies during the auction. Then maybe I get that, and then I get, I don't know, just throw something else out here. Maybe I get this. So I would have my final production phase of the 4th round, and I'd go through all this stuff. I'd go through doing all the different production. Like I said, there is an advanced option that allows you to have to put these in a chain in order to do these, and it's pretty wild. Like I said, it does really add some additional complexity to the game. All right, so at the end of 4 rounds, whoever's got the most dough is declared the winner. If there is a tie with the money, then whoever has the most leftover resources, the coal, the iron, and the oil, is declared the winner. But it's only a tiebreaker. You don't count any of those resources as any cash at the end of the game. And that is how you play Furnace from Hobby World. So let me swing on over to the other camera, and I'm going to give my final thoughts as well as a review score. If you watch The Gaming Gang, you know I like engine building games. I don't know. I can't put a finger on why I really like engine building games. Maybe I kind of figure them out better than some other games. I don't know. But I really do like engine building games. This one is fairly light as far as engine building games go, because a lot of times engine building games can be asymmetrical, where maybe everybody's turn doesn't last the same amount of time, or maybe you've got like way more opportunity to do different things than your opponents do, simply because you've built that engine to, purr like a kitten. You don't run into that in Furnace. Nobody's going to like walk away with, wow, they've got, 20 factories to your 4 factories. That's just not going to happen. So I do like that the game will play much tighter. Also do want to mention that it's going to take a while for people to figure out how to play this game. You're not going to play it the first time and be like, oh yeah, easy. But once you've gotten a few games under your belt, you're going to see how these things fit together and how you're going to want to put together your engine of all these various different factories. It's important for me to point that out because some people might get frustrated by the game, playing it a couple of times, and they're like, wow, how come I'm never able to get the factories that get me money and things like that? They're not analyzing why they're losing. It's just like, oh, it's just bad luck. So do want to point that out. Component quality is really nice. Cards have a satin kind of finish to them. They've got that linen finish, which I like that. I would probably sleeve these because you are going to be shuffling up these factory cards a lot. So keep that in mind. So definitely dig that. I like the artwork on these. I love the fact that you can have the same artwork on some of the different cards, and it's not like duplicated like 20 times, but you'll have the same artwork for the same factory on, let's say, 4 cards, but every one of those cards, the factory does something completely different. There is a lot of variety mixed in to the factories as well. I like the auction mechanic. I like the fact that you'll place a bid on something, not really wanting to actually win the factory itself, but just to be able to get those resources or to take those bonus actions that you get for not winning the company. I think that's a clever little twist on the game as well. All in all, I certainly think that Furnace is a good game. I enjoyed it. It's not revolutionary. It's not reinventing the wheel by any stretch of the imagination. Of course, if you don't like engine building games, I would not recommend picking up Furnace whatsoever. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give Furnace a very, very good recommendation, a 8 out of 10. I like it that much, and I do think, especially if you enjoy engine building games, that it does belong in your collection. All right, that's it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. If you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll tell you not only when I upload videos such as this, it'll also let you know when my live stream airs Monday through Thursday nights right here on YouTube as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. All right, so once again, thank you very much for watching. And of course, as I've been wrapping up all my videos during this never-ending pandemic, here's hoping that all of you out there are being smart and staying safe. Oh, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, if you'd like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, by all means, click right here. And if you'd like to check out one of our recent live streams, click right up top. And if you want to roll the dice and see what the algorithm for YouTube recommends, click right here. And of course, thank you once again for watching. And gang, please stay safe and wear a mask.